celebrate. When men of distinction pass away, institutions they have served record their appreciation in floral tributes and eulogies. Mine is a personal tribute with an institutional flavor. Let me assure you, I was not circumcised by Dr. Karefa-Smart, but I was baptized by him into the foreign service. Those of us who knew him in an official capacity remember him as a man of profound thought, resolute action, but few words, measured and soft-spoken. Even his jokes were virtual arguments, getting you to laugh with him, even at yourself. I will therefore honor his memory with appropriate brevity. My interaction with him began in the then Ministry of External Affairs, as it was at independence, where he was Sierra Leone's first Minister of External Affairs. Returning from training in Australia as a fresh recruit in the Foreign Service, I needed a mentor and a role model. Dr. Karefa-Smart easily filled that role. His meticulous attention to detail, his easy-mannered air of self-confidence, and his precise and appropriate use of language promptly attracted my attention and admiration. His spontaneous but businesslike appearance was an object lesson to every young, aspiring diplomat of our time. It was that early inspiration, derived from my mentor, which enabled me, and I say this modestly, to rise to the post of Permanent Secretary in External Affairs at the relatively early age of 38 years, exactly 10 years after my appointment as Assistant Secretary. To him, I give that credit. In another unexpected development in this ministry, he exemplified a rare quality of dispassionate personal interest in staff development, from which I again benefited. Our meticulous minister had a reputation of amending every draft, however short, submitted to him. Once, by a stroke of good fortune, I prepared a draft he did not alter. Instead, he asked to see me, and shortly afterwards, he had me posted to Nkrumah's Ghana, which was then the hub of African politics. That same year, before leaving for the General Assembly, he instructed the Permanent Secretary in Freetime to transfer me from Accra to New York. From Nkrumah's Accra to the turbulence of New York, even the roughest gold could not resist refinement. I was the beneficiary. I had not been able to express my gratitude to him until I met him on his deathbed recently. And his family who were with us will confirm the sublime glow in his countenance and his warm handshake as I left him. For me, it was an unforgettable experience. This is my thank you letter to the unfading memory of one of the last surviving architects of our independence, to our first foreign minister, the first craftsman of our independent foreign policy. This was the leader identified by our Governor General to be Prime Minister before the infamous Lansana coup. Close enough to force a runoff which he only narrowly lost. We can only conclude that destiny deprived him of the ultimate prize in Sierra Leone statecraft. At 95, he has run a long and successful race. He has inscribed Sierra Leone indelibly in the annals of the World Health Organization. He has confirmed Sierra Leone's place in the world of intellectuals. In these circumstances, he is eminently qualified to receive the accolade of revered and distinguished patriarch, and he richly deserves what has been graciously bestowed upon him, a state funeral. To the immediate family, I congratulate you on his contribution, his singular contribution to his day and age. As John Drinkwater said of Abraham Lincoln, when the high heart be magnified and the sure vision celebrate, and worship greatness passing by, ourselves are great. In the beauty of his life, be an inspiration to succeeding generations. And as I offer the deepest condolences to the family on a grievous loss, I pray that his soul may rest in eternal peace, and that Mother Earth will gently lie on his mortal remains, in the words of the poet, like tired eyelids upon tired eyes.
Honorable ministers, members of parliament, the Lee family, the diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight to pay tribute to a patriotic citizen, a political icon of this Republic of Sierra Leone, a highly educated man, an educationist who has taught in many universities in the United States and around the world, and who also worked for the World Health Organization as regional medical officer. This is no other person but the late Dr. John Karefa-Smart. He was loved by many, especially the grassroots and his age group. He started his political career in Sierra Leone in 1957. He became the foundation member of the Sierra Leone Organization Society, SOS, which later became the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLP. He was very active in the Constitutional Committee, which eventually led Sierra Leone to independence in April 1961. In 1957, he was appointed Minister of Lands, Mines and Labour with special responsibility for defense. After 1962 election, Dr. John Karefa-Smart was appointed Minister of External Affairs. This appointment made him the first foreign minister of Sierra Leone. He used this position to foster the good image of his country. And indeed, it was during this term of office as Minister of External Affairs that Sierra Leone established diplomatic relations with many countries in the world. Dr. John Karefa-Smart came very close to rule Sierra Leone on 2 occasions. First, in 1964, before Samuel Tumai died, he already named him to be the successor to the SFP leadership. But that arrangement was twisted by legal interpretation, and Dr. John Karefa-Smart was disqualified. Secondly, in 1995, where I happened to work with him at close range, he formed the United National People's Party, UNPP, under which he contested the 1996 presidential election. It was widely believed that he won that election. But when the results were announced, Doug called a meeting and addressed his UNPP members that he was going to accept the results. That was met with mixed feelings. Accept the result because it defied a bad civilian government to a good military rule. He appealed to his members to accept the results for the sake of peace. And he also promised that he was going to form a formidable opposition in Parliament with objectivity. But that objective was never accomplished. He was thrown out of Parliament in the shortest period of time. Many of his critics at that time called him coward because he did not challenge the 1996 election in the Constitutional Court. But in that case, we had 2 scenarios. First, there was a military rule, which was just waiting for them to say no to the election results. Then the military would have continued with their rule. Besides, the Red War was raging in the south and east, moving towards the north. As a humanitarian and a man of peace, he decided to give peace a chance. Otherwise, Sierra Leone would have been the worst battlefield of all times. He contested the 2002 election and lost. But as a Democrat, immediately the results were announced, he congratulated the winner, the Honorable Elijah Ahmed Tijan. And also in the 2007 election, age was catching on him, and being a medical doctor, he decided to retire from active politics and asked his members and supporters to support the All People's Congress. He knew that time was not on his side, but somebody else is going to be in his shoes, to stand up for Sierra Leone and continue his work. Dr. John Karefa-Smart we remember as a non-quitter. When he started something, he wanted to see finished in the right direction. He was very consistent in whatever he was doing. He was a man of ethical and moral values and a man of peace. A very charismatic leader and a crowd puller. Doctor, as a politician with discipline, his legacy of public service will be a landmark to many generations to come. For some of us who we are lucky to work with him at a very, very close range, he taught us one lesson: not to ever give up in the face of adversity, but to believe and stand up for a just cause is the highest moral crusade any citizen can do. Even at the time of his death, Doc was still a force to the Sierra Leone.